And this was her first pass on these meerkat prairie dogs, which is funny because meerkats and prairie dogs look pretty similar already, right? But I said it should look a little bit more like meerkats, so you can see my revisions here. And then she did the revisions and the cleanup. You can see the final models. And in this case, this was kind of rare for us. We wish this was the case on every episode, but we actually had a piece of concept art done ahead of time, usually 4 months behind our design. And Frederick Stewart, a great painter that works on our show, had done this awesome concept that he came up with completely for how he thought the spirit world would look. And we just loved it so much that we thought, oh, it'd be great to just set the scene there. So we retroactively, then we had the black and white design extrapolated from that, so we did this in his work. And then we go into Joaquin's department. As co-executive producer, he heads up the whole storyboarding side of things, which on our show is a big, big endeavor. And in this case, it was some artists from Studio Mirror that did the storyboards for this scene.
Yeah, and these are technically like our rough boards, but the artists are really, really talented over at Studio Mirror, and they turn in, I mean, it looks like a finished board already. It looks like a finished board.
Because they're animators, and they just have a way they draw, and
they're
kind of
short
draw
hands.
clean already. So you're going to see the sequence over and over, but you can see how for just this short, few scenes, the amount of posing that we have to plan out, and some of these rough ones you're going to see the action's a little different. Korra touches the flower, and it kind of quivers, but then she sees Janora with this bunch of butterflies.
Just remember right now that it's a bunch of butterflies.
And then Korra runs after her, but this little meerkat guy pops up out of the ground and scolds her. And so then these are our clean boards. Again, it's just kind of the name. They're about the same level of cleanness. But so now this is after Joaquin and Ryu and Lauren and the director
And Mike and Brian have given their input to the storyboards.
So now you see that Korra touches these changes that the guys made. She touches the flower, and the flower turns into this butterfly, and it becomes giant, and it flies between Korra to Janora. And Janora gets really excited and runs off. And then you can see where Crispy got inspired by the little cartoony butterflies, so she was sort of basing on that. And then there's some other revisions to the action here. So now we're going to jump to video clip right now, and you're going to see we take the dialogue that our actors recorded and we cut it together with the storyboards, so we can get a rough idea of what the show's about.
Isn't it beautiful? Just stick close to me, okay? This seems nice, but you never know when we'll run into some dark spirits.
Look! It's like it's made of jewels. The spirits are so much more beautiful in their own world than they are at home.
Janora, be careful! Hold on!
Hey! Watch where you're going, you giant clod!
Sorry.
Alright. Come back to the slides, please. So then we have a storyboard, we figured out the timing, we decided the scene's working, and now we have to color all the designs. And again, as the art director, it's my job to supervise this. So again, we had our stock color models for Korra and Janora, and then we colored the spirits. We decided that this one's going to be transparent. We have to let that, the animators and the compositors know that. And we colored the butterfly, and then because Janora says it looks like it's made of jewels, we do this little effects reference that it's going to have this kind of jewel pattern composited on top of it. So they have to know that ahead of time. And then we have our little meerkat guys. And then Fred, who did the original concept, now had to repaint the painting based on, based on the drawing, based on the thing, you get that. Anyways, so he did this beautiful, but a little tighter, cleaner version of the background. So this is where the location's going. The scene's going to take place in this location. And then we do image boards. This is something that we added after Avatar. This is a whole step, which in this sequence is fairly simple, but we're planning out all the lighting because we want the shadows and the time of day and all of that stuff to match between the characters, the props, and the backgrounds. So we have to plan, the light direction and where the shadows are falling. Sometimes it's a creative choice too. So again, in this case, it was pretty simple. And then we send everything over to the overseas animation studio. In this case, it was Studio Mir in Seoul, South Korea. And the first step is they take those storyboards and now they blow them up. They clean them up and draw the characters a bit more on model and detail.
Yeah, and the good thing again about having the animators having done the boards in the first place was a lot of the drawings that they'd already done, they could just plop right in. So that Korra drawing is the same one from the storyboard, but the background and the perspective and everything is worked out much tighter at this phase.
And they put now, they have the design of the butterfly, so they put it much more on model on the storyboard. Detail out, the character and all the details on the ground. Okay, take it through here. So now we're going to get to the video. We're just going to show you all the steps from this point on, now that they've set that up. So we can jump to the video now. You can just play it straight through, you don't need to pause. So they have to take all of the layout poses and do key animation and add in-betweens for everything. And the average episode of Korra has 15,000 of these drawings. And so when you guys are complaining about how long it takes, 15,000 drawings. And so these are the pencil tests. And you see how they're drawing the shadows, they're following the image boards, plotting out the light, where the characters are interacting with the backgrounds. Alright, so now we're going to go into the color animation. So the colorists in Korea, the compositing artists, color everything and put the effects and the camera moves on it.
Isn't it beautiful? Just stick close to me, okay? This seems nice, but you never know when we'll run into some dark spirits.
Look! It's like it's made of jewels. The spirits are so much more beautiful in their own world than they are at home.
Janora, be careful! Hold on! Ugh!
Hey! Watch where you're going, you giant clod!
Sorry!
And then now we get this back and we give it to our sound design and our Foley artists. All the sounds have to be created. We go into our composer, Jeremy Zuckerman. And then we mix it all and we do the color correction. In this case, the footage wasn't much different, but this is the final picture and final mix.
Isn't it beautiful? Just stick close to me, okay? This seems nice, but you never know when we'll run into some dark spirits.
Look! It's like it's made of jewels. The spirits are so much more beautiful in their own world than they are at home.
Janora, be careful! Hold on!
Hey! Watch where you're going, you giant clod!
Sorry!